Hello, this is Hamza and welcome to my Audit Lab, where I share practical techniques, pro tips, and industry and peer insights to upgrade your auditing and risk management skills. I'm going to produce a series of videos to aid your audit planning for 2025. And for those who have already completed their planning, these videos will aid in your plan updates during the year and for future audit planning exercises. So let's get started. Audit planning can never be effective without robust audit risk assessment, which is becoming increasingly complex and time-consuming. According to a 2024 Audit Key Priorities and Risk Survey, 60% of chief audit executives report that their risk assessment processes are too slow to keep up with business changes, and 44% feel critical inputs are still missed. Many teams are overwhelmed by the sheer volume of risk inputs to analyze, spending nearly twice as many hours on annual risk assessments as on any other audit planning task. The quality of inputs is also declining. Business stakeholders are stretched thin by multiple assurance functions vying for their time, making responses less consistent. In 2023, 41% of ERM leaders reported competing with audit teams for stakeholder attention. Additionally, heavy regulatory requirements, particularly in financial services, leave less room for addressing emerging risks. These challenges hinder the CAE's ability to deliver timely insights that can help mitigate risks before they materialize. In fact, only 27% of audit teams report identifying risks in time to act effectively. Here are 5 techniques for audit executives to improve their risk assessment processes for annual audit planning. This approach not only enhances efficiency, but also ensures risk assessments are actionable and aligned with organizational priorities. Let's look at them in more detail with industry examples. Audit's limited resources demand prioritization of the most impactful risks. ERM findings and risk scenario exercises are key tools, often the foundational step for identifying strategic risks and informing the audit plan. ERM insights derived from senior leadership highlight high-level risks and how the organization plans to address them, providing a strong foundation for audit prioritization. A proven strategy is to map strategic risks from ERM's register to areas in the audit universe where their impact and likelihood is highest, whether reputational, regulatory, or commercial. For example, Canadian Tire links ERM's principal and high risks to 150 business processes, creating a matrix that aligns strategic risks with the audit universe. The matrix highlights where risks intersect with processes and uses color-coded indicators to show completed control design assessments and any audits in progress. This streamlined approach ensures audit plans focus on critical risk areas, optimize resources, and clearly demonstrate coverage to the audit committee. Interviews, surveys, and workshops, while effective, are resource intensive. As audits grow more complex and cover more risks, these methods strain resources, reducing time available for engagement and risk coverage. To streamline risk assessment, CAEs can leverage existing low-cost inputs such as industry changes, operational issues, the elapsed time since the last audit. While these inputs save resources, they increase the challenge of managing large volumes of information. Dell's internal audit team addresses this challenge by identifying risk themes across multiple sources. These sources include IT and fraud risk assessments, internal control assessments, regional and regulatory assessments, previous audit results, scoped out areas from prior audits, human resource planning, business surveys, etc., etc., etc. Audit converts insights from these inputs into risk observations and maps them to broader risk themes like evolving infrastructure, new markets, new technology, and regulatory and controllership issues, etc. This ensures alignment with ERM findings and the organization's strategic goals while informing audit planning and advisory activities. But here's a pro tip. Inconsistent self-assessment methodologies or poor standardization, common in sectors like finance, can lead to false signals. So please, ensure that risk assessments, especially for areas with high inherent risk or complexity, are validated. While ERM focuses on high-level strategic risks, audit must translate these into risks at the process or entity level within the audit universe. Engaging risk owners and business partners at this level ensures the assessment aligns with auditable processes, forming a practical basis for engagements. Currently, 2/3 of CAEs incorporate middle management interviews as part of their risk assessment process. A hybrid approach combines top-down insights from executives with bottom-up details from process owners to create a comprehensive view of risks. This dual perspective enhances the relevance and depth of risk assessments. AXA Insurance applies a hybrid methodology that evaluates business strategic plans and project proposals while incorporating management interviews at corporate and business unit level. Top-down corporate level reviews validate explicit assumptions, and uncover implicit ones within strategic documents. Bottom-up business unit interviews examine specific initiatives, linking enterprise strategies to operational risks and processes. Assurance fatigue has impacted the quality of risk information, with only 38% of respondents in the 2023 survey confident they shared all relevant knowledge on risk drivers and control strengths. CAEs can improve the quality of interviews and workshops by carefully selecting participants based on their knowledge and roles. In some cases, this knowledge may be spread across various sites and various roles, requiring cross-functional discussions. In others, it might be concentrated within a few individuals, enabling more focused data gathering. CAEs must also consider how group dynamics may influence responses and manage them by assessing how participant mix affects the quality of responses. Junior or middle staff may fear repercussions when discussing sensitive issues and hesitate to speak freely in the presence of supervisors. Cross-functional workshops can lead to deference if one participant is perceived as more knowledgeable. To avoid these issues, carefully structure workshops, consider one-on-one interviews where appropriate, engage individuals with strong networks or those working outside the primary office, and also involve employees nearing their departure. They may feel more freer to share insights. In a complex and interconnected risk landscape, focusing solely on impact and likelihood can leave audit teams with blind spots. Leading audit departments now incorporate additional factors like risk velocity, interdependencies, and control effectiveness to gain a more comprehensive view. Risk velocity gauges how quickly a risk materializes. High velocity, high impact risks demand immediate attention, even if their likelihood is low. These risks outpace annual or quarterly reviews. As of 2023, 50% of audit departments explicitly consider risk velocity in their risk assessments. Dun & Bradstreet prioritizes risks using 3 criteria: probability, materiality, and velocity. Leadership adjusts audit plans based on how quickly risks could impact operations. This velocity-adjusted prioritization ensures critical fast-moving risks are addressed effectively. Interdependencies measures how one risk affects another, creating a ripple effect. Assessing control effectiveness can provide clarity on vulnerabilities. Marathon Oil connects audit findings to enterprise risks. By identifying root causes and recurring themes, Audit highlights problem areas and reports to the Audit Committee, supporting better risk management. That's it from today's video. Include or improve on these 5 techniques to pace your risk assessment and reduce its resource consumption. The next video will delve into top risk coverage priorities for the audit committees. Please share these videos with whom may need them. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and keep auditing.